Welcome, guys, to another episode of Late Night Shenanigans. This is episode 2 with your hosts, AJ and Daniel.
And Daniel from Vivas.
That's crazy. I was waiting for Daniel to go.
You know, guys, we started this, and we had a good little intro, right? We were literally, I was ready. I was trying to get the guys. I like, look, this is how we're gonna do it. We'll get the intro playing. It goes, and then right when we roll in, I'll start first. I'll say my name, and then Daniel was supposed to say his name, and then Breezy was supposed to say his name.
I was waiting for Daniel first.
Yeah, I was gonna say Breezy for a second.
You guys got the awkward silence, and I was just like, okay, well, here's Daniel, and here's Ryan. We'll get there. Maybe episode 3, they'll remember their lines and
our names
and our cues
names
to go.
We should get you guys a little teleprompter, so be like, once I say my name, it's like, ooh, it's their cue to say their name.
Yeah.
But guys, welcome. Another late night shenanigans, starting off how we wanted to start it off, I guess. Laughs all around, good fun. So we have some good topics for today. Depending how much time we got, we'll touch on some more subjects and tell you guys about the future of late night shenanigans. We got some guest hosts coming your way that we're gonna have on here to interview. Like I said before, it was gonna stretch from not only the reptile side, but everywhere. Pokemon, try to hit all the tabs in Palm Street as well, and some other people that have some other views on life itself, not just specifically honed in on the reptile tab. But I would like to take a little bit of time to step away from the late night shenanigans and just kind of slightly hit a topic that's been going around in the gecko community. I touched base on this a little bit on our Wednesday night live on Palm Street. No names, no jibber jabbers, just everybody knows. Like I said, this everything that happens within this gecko community, it spreads like wildfire. Once it's on something on a different social media platform, it spews over to another platform, and then so forth and so on. And then it just gets really ugly and messy. I was talking to somebody on our Palm Street on Wednesdays, and they asked me if I could try to, talk to Palm Street, like the higher ups of Palm Street, and ask them, if we can get more reptile promotion in the Palm Street, how would I say, advertisement, like Instagram or Facebook or however you.
Oh, yeah.
And I agreed. I mean, we do need some more of that limelight, because every time I go on Instagram, all I see is plants. Sometimes I see collectibles, Disney, a lot of lounge flies. Lounge flies is what they call those bags.
Lounge flies? Yeah, I think it's lounge flies.
Yeah. And then, I rarely see, sometimes I see like little tidbits sprinkled in there of reptiles, but not a lot. And someone asked me if we could shed some light and get some more advertising for us reptiles, and I thought it was a good idea. I liked it, but then it just made me think too, like, with all the controversy going on as a business, they probably see it too. If we see it, they probably see it.
For sure.
As much as they do stuff. And then I started thinking back, and I was like, well, if they see it, they're probably gonna be like, man, do we want to do that? There's so much negativity going on around the geckos and stuff like that, just because of, need I say, childish, I guess you could say. I'm all about positivity and having fun. And the only thing I can speak on the matter is, let's do better as a gecko community.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all, and stuff like that. And just have fun. I mean, we're just having fun with geckos, reptiles. We are keeping these animals that we love, see grow, expand, breeding projects. Everyone wants to see what they like to see. It doesn't matter what you make. I mean, there are certain taboos. Obviously, we all know that in the gecko hobby. But at the end of the day, we all take care of our animals. And like I said, let's just do better. And that way, we don't have a bad image, I guess you can say, when you're talking about the gecko community, because I've seen some of the posts, I've seen some of the stuff that goes on, and it's disheartening when you see someone in there and like, I wanted to get into the gecko hobby, and then this is the first thing they see, and it's just a bad image. Perception is key. I mean, what people perceive is what's going to happen. So my only one suggestion, guys, as a community is let's just band together and just do better. And that'll be my little tidbit. If you guys can weigh in if you wanted to. If you want, you don't have to.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, not to interrupt, but like, couldn't have said it any better. But I think with any hobby, essentially, we're nerds. Like, we're nerds, we're hoarders, you know what I mean? So it's like,
we are.
Oh yeah,
and if you've, once a nerd, always a nerd, I guess. So like this, the nitpicky, the constant bantering and picking on each other and judging each other and all that stuff. It's like,
yeah.
It's what do they say? It's a ick. It's cringe.
It's cringy.
Whatever.
It's
Yeah,
cringy.
Yeah.
it's cringy. It's cringy.
cringy.
Yeah, and it's just like why can't we just like get along? You know what I mean? Like we're all in it for the same hobby, the same likes, the same dislikes, the same, and all of it should be welcomed.
Yeah.
Nothing
Just
is
all
like-
one big happy family.
Yeah, like be open to like positivity and constructive feedback, and because surely you can't really do that in like the workplace, which we spend half our life already. So it's like, here's a place like Palm Street or Morph Market or anywhere else that's gecko related or Pokemon related or whatever. We get a chance to just escape and like unwind and laugh and joke and whatever, right? And like that type of negativity, it just like like sucks the soul out of it, like the enjoyment. And
It does, because you see it.
It makes people walk away from like these hobbies, right? And all like whether you're a big breeder or a novice breeder or just starting out or you don't know what the heck you're doing, but you got that fire, that passion and obsession or whatever. Like it just does the exact opposite of like what all of this is about.
Yep, 100%. And I just want to touch light on it because I know it's a big topic amongst the gecko community. Everyone's got questions and different views, and that is okay. Everyone has an opinion, and it is okay to have an opinion. Nobody's perfect. Everyone can have their views on any kind of matter. It's how we handle it is what makes us different. Especially here with AAA Jack, it's just do better. Hashtag do better. That's all I got.
Yeah, and whether you're in like the AAA Jack Discord or you're in your own Discord or not a Discord, you're in a Facebook group. That's a bad example, but like it's supposed to be a safe place, right? Like if you're receiving criticism over here, like you got the homies waiting over here, talk to us, get us involved, get us, interested, let's see what you're trying to like be excited about and not shy away or gatekeep or whatever the reasons are. But because I think some of us, we kind of get lost in the sauce type of thing. We get so fixated on a certain project or a certain whatever it is, and it can get dark, and you feel like you're up on that hill all by yourself, and some people are totally totally okay with that. I will die on that hill, as long as it takes, right? But you don't have to.
Mhm.
I'm sure there's plenty of people, whether you believe it or not, you got people that are willing to support you, who will
Yep.
support you, who love
Yep.
you and respect you and look up to you and everything, right?
Yep.
100%. Yep. I love it. I love it. I love it. Now, on everyone's mind, I know if you guys pay attention to detail, what do we have today, Ryan? What do we have today? We had a Chihuahua episode 1. What do we have
Today
visiting
we have a
us?
gargoyle gecko, and this one's actually from one of my good friends. Got this in Pomona. Her name's Hollywood Hills Exotics, and this is a pink gargoyle
Nice.
gecko. And she
Okay,
gave me for helping
okay.
out, and I love her so much. She's a little calm, but she is a little jumpy sometimes, so she might be jumping throughout the video today.
Yeah.
Now,
Dang,
know
I
like
wish I went to that expo. I was supposed to. I had plans to, but
Pomona was so fun. It was such a big expo.
yeah. One of these days.
And that was-
I mean, it's
yeah.
literally right there. I have no excuse, but
Yep. And that was my first time going. So I actually want to go back again. So I just had to find more time. I've just been really busy with work.
mhm.
I don't have any gargoyles. We do here at AAA Deck. We have all crested geckos. Now, I do have one gargoyle that we got for Jada back 4 years ago for Christmas, and that thing is in fucking 18 by 18 bioactive skyscraper, living its best life.
It's getting
just
chunky.
Yeah, Jada
Mhm.
just would just walk by that tank every day and throw crickets and throw crickets and throw
Yeah.
crickets. And I'm
Peanut butter covered crickets or whatever.
And I'm here trying to give it, the crested gecko diet, same time feeding. And I'm like, man, this gecko's getting pretty big. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. And then finally, I caught her one day. She just walked by it, cricket. I'm like, hey, why are we throwing crickets in there? And Jada's like, it looks hungry. I'm like, we just fed it. It doesn't look hungry. And I was like, how? I literally had to stop her. I was like, how often do you do that? She's like, I don't know. Every time I walk by. And I was like, how many times do you walk by? It's like every day. I'm like, what the? No. She was literally feeding the crickets every day. And then I'm double feeding by coming here with crested gecko diet too. And I'm just like, wait a
Gecko
minute.
living its best
I don't
life.
know.
That's what gecko's living his best
Man,
life.
she was power feeding that thing.
Yeah, she
and,
was.
So, but I know I've seen some videos, the gargoyles eating pinkies. Do you feed your
yeah.
pinky?
Yeah, so this one will actually eat a pinky. I've seen it eat a pinky, and it's actually wild.
Okay,
But yeah,
okay.
they will. They will eat pinkies.
Talk about good source of protein right there.
Yeah.
The whole mouse. Okay,
Mhm.
let's go. See, there's tip number 1, guys. Gargoyle keepers out there, pinky. That's the sauce right there. Is a pinky. So
Yeah.
gecko of
It's
the
a
day.
lot of protein for them. Mm-hmm.
Breezy's gecko of the day, a gargoyle. Let's give it up. So we got some few topics today we want to try to hit for you guys on this episode. We'll start it off. Daniel, I guess we could start off with you. Nah,
What?
we'll end with Daniel since since I'm gonna promote him a little bit today. We'll start with Ryan. He vended his first show 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, 2 weeks ago. Vended
little fun
my
topic,
first Pokemon show.
Yep, little fun topic. Vending, guys. Vending versus online sales. Who do you think wins? Every time I think about stuff like this, they do like vending versus this or like whatever versus, I always think of like Marvel versus Capcom.
Yeah.
Old
Or
video game.
you can look at it as like
Yep.
pros and cons. Yeah.
Pros and cons.
yeah.
Yep.
Smash Brothers. That's always what I think of, like just putting two things head to head.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So, Ryan, what is your take versus vending online? Pros and cons. What do you think? Because I know you just vended.
So that's a really good question because I have done like a good amount of online sales too. Previously, used to sell all kinds of stuff like throughout growing up, and then meeting random people in like gas stations, banks, police stations, of course, to be safe, and then always have someone with you. But in-person shows I love because you get to You have to talk to a person. You're at a venue. Everyone loves what's there, and it's just easier interaction. Like especially with Pokemon cards. Like for example, like looking at this, buying this online versus buying this in person is way different. So like versus online, you have like you gotta play with color. You have your camera. Each phone acts differently, lighting, everything. So like the same card you look at online might not be the same one you receive in person, just because of the pictures. Pictures can make things look way better than they are. But in person, it's a lot easier because it's right there. It's in your face. You can talk about it. You can see it, and the other person is giving you feedback as well. Like because sometimes you can label something as near mint or LP, moderately played, and then it's either much better or it could be much worse. It just really depends. And then everyone kind of has their own take as well on condition, because what you would think as near mint versus what I would think as near mint can be two totally different things. But yeah, so in-person shows too, you get that personal connection with a person.
Yep.
And also, like, if you keep vending the same spot over and over, you kind of see repeating faces, and they get to know you better, and they always see you, and then they always see your stuff, and then it gets your name out there more. And then with online sales, it's easier and harder in times, because you can reach a much wider audience online because you can ship worldwide, versus in person, it's just at the show, it's just at that event, it's only for like that weekend. But like the thing with online too is that like you gotta deal with shipping, you gotta hope it doesn't get misplaced or lost while it's going to there, or it gets damaged, because I have seen that too, and that's just, it sucks. We've all, I'm sure we've all had those packages come and it's damaged, and you're just like, wait a second,
or if it's
what
raining,
happened?
It gets wet.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. If it's raining, you would never know. Weather plays a big role. What else?
And it's funny you say this, because like the Pokemon cards. So guys, Breezy just went to a card expo or a Pokemon expo. And I know he's probably speaking a different language, MP, LP. What the heck is this kid saying? Moderately played. What are we playing with here? Okay. We're talking about like condition of the cards, and this will be future episodes too, guys. We'll do like straight Pokemon episodes here on there. Like furtherly explain, all the Pokemon Pokemon languages that we use here.
Full in-depth videos.
Yeah, and it's basically the same thing, vending, vending reptiles and doing online sales with reptiles. It kind of goes hand in hand with the Pokemon, like I know you guys see me, I'm on Palm Street. I've been on Palm Street for about 2 years now. Vending, we started vending end of last year. We have vended about 10 shows, 10 a bit more shows, still new to vending. I'm still trying to work out the kinks on vending. We're a little bit slow on build setups and teardowns and stuff like that. This past one, we were almost the last ones to tear down. It was just me and Shanoa. Usually I have some kids with me to help me break down, but this time it was just me and her, and it took us a little bit longer than usual to tear down and set up. Some of the challenges, or vending that you have to deal with is, car, pack your stuff of all your vending needs. Because if you guys have ever seen AAA Jack at a vending event, we go all out. Lighted signs, table, everything is pop right out there. And we want to make sure we stand out, with everything, colors, yellows, purples, oranges, everything stands out. Big lighted banner signs, the whole shebang. And we got to make sure we have to either rent a U-Haul or get a bigger truck to bring with us, or 2 vehicles. And 2 vehicles, that's even harder, me driving and then Shanoa driving. There's a lot to think about when you're vending these shows versus setting up for, let's say, Palm Street, I literally just sit on my chair, load up OBS, everything's inside the hut, easy peasy, and I can crank out shows on Palm Street, every day. I can go on in the morning, I can go on at night, I can do it every day and crank out sales. And those are some of the pros for Palm Street or vending online or doing your stuff online. However, there are some drawbacks, showing a gecko on a computer screen like Breezy's doing right now. Trying to sell, let's say I'm trying to sell a Frappuccino, it's worth like $500-$600. Is someone online willing to drop $600 in an auction that goes for like 30 seconds? Not necessarily. You can see it on there, but the lights, Palm Street's lighting, sometimes you don't catch it right. Sometimes I can't get them to fire up, and it's even harder because then it's like dull, fire down. I mean, great for the animal. That means it's not stressed, and then you got to stress it a little bit, give it a little squirt, turn the oven to 325 degrees and let that sucker bake. You guys know my Palm Streets. No harm in making these geckos. But you have to fire them up and show them on here and stuff like that. And, it's harder on camera versus, you're in vending. It's in a display, you're looking at it, you can actually sometimes request to see it, hit that hand sanitizer, hey, can I see that gecko? If they're interested, and then boom, it's all fired up. Most of the times I have seen, like when I'm vending these geckos, when I vend, they fire up. Like when my reds, if anybody's ever seen our reds, they are spectacular reds, and I can only get them to fire up when we go vending. When I come home and I load up Palm Street, I try to fire up these Halloweens or these reds. So, halfway and added with the Palm Street colorations and stuff like that. It's hard, very hard.
It's probably because they know they're home.
Exactly, 100%. Because I got all the noise in the hut. Between me, Cooper, the music playing, everything, all the kids running around left and right. They're used to it, and then when they go over there, it's just a whole different ball game up there for some people. And then so those are some pros with vending, and the cons for Palm Street is some of that stuff right there. And then I think one of the key differences is Ryan hit it, is the interaction with people. I think that's the biggest one for me.
Yep, that's the biggest thing for me too.
The human interaction with
people.
The human interaction. You're standing there, you're greeting people. Hey, welcome. Take a look around. Blah blah blah. And these people, you're interacting with so many people, and talking, whether they're interested or don't know anything, and you're explaining, trying to get them in the hobby. Kids come in, looking, getting all excited. Trying to, hey, can I see one of these? Every time. There's kids that they wanna play with the gecko. They want to see one. And before we start, when we're setting up, Shanoa always comes to me and is like, okay, which geckos can I use when someone comes and says, can we see one? Can we hold one? So we try to pick the best ones that we know that will help us with that, because some of them we're going to be flighty. They're geckos. Every gecko is going to be flighty. You got all these people. We transfer these geckos cross state. They're going to be a little, I know I wouldn't be happy. You put me in a box and drive me across the town.
Especially a small box.
Yeah, and then shine this light in my face and tell me to put a shirt on. You know what I'm saying?
Yup.
Don't touch this person. I'm not going to be happy with it. But like, I love it. I've only vended like 10 times, but when you ever ask Shanoa, she can tell you. She will sit there and say, man, AJ, he's made for vending. Like when she sees me out there, in my natural habitat, I guess you could say, out there talking to people about geckos, my passion, crescent geckos, all the different projects that I'm working with, whether it be the Ruckus High Whites, candy cane lines, 4-wheel drives, portals, what am I missing?
Cappuccinos.
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 I think I missed that one last time. Daniel Harponi. I can't believe you didn't say cappuccinos. Cappuccinos.
I've only coined like half of your collection.
Hey,
right now.
I love it. I love it. The Lusa lines from, all that stuff, and me going off. I can sit there and talk for days about crested geckos, days upon days.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Through the through the trenches.
Yeah, you kind of lose that on Palm Street because it's hundred times different. Because when I come on Palm Street, I'm literally looking at my face like a mirror.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you guys are in the chats, type it in the chats, and I'm trying to type with you guys, but it's just not the same.
Yeah, no, it's not
talking.
It's not
back and forth
because you're. It's like you're talking to a computer screen, but there's no one there. You're just chat.
100%, and that's just my take on all that stuff. So
I'm surprised you haven't taken screenshots of us and then just like tape it around your like monitor. That way,
that's
like
what Aloha did. So if you guys know Loalani, Aloha, my sister, Ate,
wait, what?
First live.
That doesn't surprise me.
I FaceTimed her. She FaceTimed Mike. We were talking. We were trying to get her through her first live. Oh my gosh, I remember it so much. She's like, I need you to be there. We talked. Which geckos help?
She did great.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah,
great,
she did.
We helped her sex geckos. We helped her price the geckos. But the one thing that stood out was like, so she did her live. Me and Mike were in it, and then she said, "Guess what? I have an audience." And she turns the camera on. She literally, what do you call that? Spied on my Instagram, looking for a headshot of me. She went to she went deep into my Instagram on AAA.
She went all the way down.
Yeah, found a headshot and literally printed out Mike's headshot, and she had it like right in front of her monitor, so it looked like she was talking to me and him.
Oh my God.
She panned over and she showed it. I was like, "How did you get that picture?" I was like, "You little stalker, you."
Dude.
But it was funny. She did, like I said, she did do that. She printed out a picture of our face.
Hey, if it works, it works.
Yeah, I got it. Got
we all
herself
gotta
through.
get past the nerves.
Got herself
Yeah.
through. So, kind of got a little bit of ours vending because I know Breezy, he vended his first show. He's gonna be vending some more Pokemon shows within the next 2 weeks. I'll be vending. I think our next show is St. Louis again. Show me. Daniel, here's a little tidbit for you guys, all you Western people, all you Las Vegas people, all you guys who are in reach of Las Vegas. We got the Las Vegas show coming your way next month. What is it, the 19th and the 20th?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Daniel with Viva Las Geckos. Vending premiere day at Las Vegas. What is your thoughts between vending online? I know you did the betas online, right? You did the betas online, so you got a good grasp of that.
Yeah.
And then so nerves? Are you scared? Nervous? You got this.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be a first timer.
Yeah.
For me and my family and all that, but we're excited. I am embracing the suck already, so just like with anything, that way it's like, oh, okay, lessens the blow, I guess. What can happen, will happen, probably will happen, or won't happen. I don't know. What is that? Murphy's Law, right? In a way.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah. Yeah, but like pros and cons, right? Online sales or just through social medias and all that stuff. Obviously, words can be interpreted, differently depending on who's on the receiving end. So that's like one hurdle that you gotta kind of digitally reach out to your viewers or your potential customers or whatever. But the pro is that when you are online, you kind of broaden your range in a way, right? Because, you get to meet hundreds and thousands of people potentially on like a single funneled, platform, right?
Us three.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Prime example. You know?
Versus like, in person, there's kind of the same thing. I mean, in a way, it's a little funneled, everyone's there for a specific reason. Or they just showed up. They're like, hey, I heard about this expo, whatever, and we're just passing through. Just wanted to check it out. So you get like, a big range of different things. And of course, like the human interaction, that's a pro. Some people might even look at that as a con. Some people prefer to be professional behind the scenes and online sales and all that stuff versus in person, right?
Yeah.
To each their own. So it's gonna be different. I haven't done it in a while. I used to import and sell and breed wild bettas, and that was a huge process. I mean, I would go out of my way and like go into these Indonesian and Thailand and Vietnam, like all these different like these groups, and like Google Translate was my best friend, but also like slowly building this like weird reputation that I never like embraced or understood. But like when I would like a post or whatever, dude, I had people that like would just hit me up. And if it was like foreign, they would hit me up because they want to, try to capture me as like a potential buyer, and get like wholesale and stuff like that and work out a deal. And I did that for a while, like a year and a half straight. Like I was importing almost every month for like a year and a half straight as well. Like I went balls deep, like, like Pokemon. I wanted to collect them all because here in the US, like finding things, it's like you got to know somebody to be cool with somebody to get on that list, and it's and then anything that you could find online, like online retail, was like it's like waiting for a Pokemon drop, essentially. Like it was really, really hard. Instantly. Yeah, like it was tough, and like those prices also were kind of, imagine paying like $50 for a fish, or it goes up from there, So that's what I did. I went to originally seek for myself, but because I had a bunch of homies, I essentially became the go-to guy, and it worked out. I was having fun. Everyone else, my enjoyment was seeing that other people were enjoying and finally being able to get something that they would never think in a million years here in the US that you could get, like straight from the wild, a very specific species or locale of a very beautiful fish that is like revered as, like, some people would like look at certain things as like their holy grails, and there's like a whole list to choose from. And I was like, people would give me lists, like actual lists, and I would go be like, all right, I'll be BRB. Let me go ask my trusted sources, right? And I've been burned, okay? But I've had some bad deals, and those are learning lessons, And then there's the whole drama, There's U.S. drama with wild bettas, and then there's overseas drama. Just like with any group. So this is all like rinse and repeat for me, essentially. But
Daniel, king of the bettas.
Yeah. Like no one knows me, and that's totally fine, because that's how I purposely like set myself up that way. I just wanted to be like under the radar, like regular Joe Schmo in daytime, working a 5 to 9, and then on my free time I was like wearing a cape and like getting all the coolest fish for people. Like I remember I was like at the point where I was like sending fish when they didn't even like we didn't communicate it, but I knew because I was constantly involved on like Facebook. I'm like, I know for a fact this person is looking for this fish, and he hasn't asked. It's been a while, but I know he doesn't have it. So it's like, yeah. So I would surprise people, and then I helped other friends who were like, should I start doing it? And I literally walked them through it. I'm like, all the, the do's, the don'ts, watch out for, and they would come to me to like, is this a good price? And and it was very humbling that like, a normal guy like me just enjoying that particular hobby, people would come to me and like ask for my opinion on things, and I'm like, if I know it, I know it, and I'll show it, and I'll share it, and everything in between. But yeah, enough about that.
So
I could ramble on it, but
Las Vegas, Daniel will be vending the Las Vegas show here in a month, guys. September, I believe it's the 19th and the 20th. The Las Vegas show. But he's not going to do it alone. He's going to have support behind him.
Yeah, he will.
He has nothing to be worried about. He's got his cheerleading team right behind him. Maybe
I'm gonna need you to bring your banners and like your other stuff. Is like
my thing is
my little letters.
If we end up in jail afterwards,
because
we're all
that's fine. That's fine as long as like we kill it at the show, right? With people are gonna be like, aren't those like AAA Jack banners? But yet it's
because
it's fine.
You got the AAA Jack family. You got me, Shanoa, Cooper. You got Ryan with Breezy Geckos down there. You got Phantom of the Gecko. Those two big bros, Jay and good old Snoozy. And then we got it's just Nicole, I think her name is the reptile.
Yeah,
she gonna kill me.
She was gonna kill you.
And maybe Aloha. Ate might be coming down as well.
Ooh, nice. Ate?
Yep. So be on the lookout for September Las Vegas. It's gonna be a hoot. I don't know what we're gonna do with this many Asians under one roof.
Dude, I feel like we're just all gonna like gain 10 pounds because we're just gonna eat everything.
Yeah, that's gonna be all the buffets that we hit.
The buffets is what I'm excited about.
Yeah, buffet, king crab legs. Here we go.
And potentially either lose a lot of money or win a lot of money. We'll see, or break even.
Yeah.
I don't get
break even. Yeah.
So I've never been to Vegas. Neither has Shanoa. So
I do gamble, but someone's gonna need to hold me back.
Oh, that's my job. That's usually
Just
my job amongst my friends. Yeah, I'm usually the one. I'm like, cash
pull
out.
Pull me back. So the topic of the evening, guys, the bread and butter of tonight, what we all been waiting for. Maybe I don't know if this is what we all been.
I just realized we went this whole time, and I'm like, you guys are fucking like blurry, and I don't have my glasses.
You just noticed you're not wearing your glasses?
I thought you had your contacts.
Well, because no, I don't wear contacts. Because my biggest fear, because I'm a avid like eye rubber. Like I go until I see static, and for that reason, I've seen videos. Shit's, it gets lost, and I don't need that.
Well, you know what's funny about it is you sit here and you give me shit about my glasses because I only wear them to drive. I'm nearsighted.
I mean, I don't typically wear my glasses in the house, unless it's like super early or now it's like hella late. And now I'm like,
so how many fingers am I holding up?
Well, if you stop switching it, two, my lord.
Two and a half. Just say 2.5.
Two, my lord.
Yeah. Topic of the evening. I know we talked about this in our Discord one time, and it was a good topic of discussion, especially in the Discord too. bioactive versus let's say a rack system tubs. I know the latest craze, the shoe boxes from Amazon. I've been here, we've been at it since 2020. Not too long to some of you guys, but maybe longer than most. working on 7 years in the hobby. The shoe boxes from Amazon, that wasn't a thing.
Yeah. Or the like it's. Now it's like
like
Yes.
like it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
With like the 6 quarts, it's those Walmart tubs that they use. What do they call those? Those Terralites or something. What do they call those?
Sterilites? I think it's
Sterilites.
sterilites.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people were using a lot of Sterilite tubs,
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like
Glade?
that, or either the like the Sterilite tubs
Glade.
or the what are the 8x8s? What are the brands?
Thri- Thrives?
No, Thrive was new. What's the older ones? The
Zoomed?
Yeah,
Villas?
yeah, Zilla, Zoomed.
Oh,
Exo-
Zillow.
Zoomed.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
the Exoterras, and then you have
Exoterras, yeah.
yeah, with the Sterilite tubs and stuff like that. And then there were people out there with the PVC. They were doing the
Yeah.
PVC builds and stuff like that when I came in.
Mhm.
Or
and-
acrylic.
Yeah, and then further down the road, then they moved on to these shoe boxes, the like it's from the Container Store,
Mhm.
modifying like cabinets, like full beautiful cabinets that they turn into a bioactive.
Yeah.
Like
I
those
still want to
curio-
do that.
like those curio cabinets, and they
Yup.
gut it,
Mhm.
and then they
Yeah.
silicone
Like
it,
the
and then
IKEA.
Yep.
The IKEA ones we
Yup.
were
they
talking
make
about.
stuff like that. And then now
Yeah.
we have the Thrives, and what are those ones from Korea? Like those hanger ones, they look pretty cool. The ones over in
The
Korea.
one where it slides?
Yeah, and then Monster Box I think has it now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Those look pretty cool. Those are coming
Yeah,
out.
those are cool.
Yeah, they're very like simplistic looking.
Yeah,
Um,
and I feel like we're evolving, even if it's from the Sterilite tub into like a better tub looking thing. I guess you call it.
A rack
More
system.
aesthetically
When it
pleasing.
already has the slits in them.
Yeah.
So there's no need to put vents or anything like that. I just feel like
Yeah.
it's steadily evolving to even be the same thing as a bioactive glass enclosure type deal, because you can get the same thing out of it. I know Ryan will talk on this behalf when it's his turn, but he made a great point the other day to me. Essentially, the bioactive 8x8 by 12, 12 by 8, whatever, however you want to say it, glass enclosures, exoterras. It's a big box, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the Container Store, like let's say the Container Store tub, it's a big box that slides in and out.
Yeah, but it's
What's
like
the difference?
self-contained and all that.
Self-contained, you
Yeah.
add you drill that vent hole, you put that vent hole in there. It serves the same purpose as the screen vent. It's the same thing, screen and screen. And
Yep.
then like I said, we steadily evolve. Now I know I've seen like it's where they put the substrate in the bottom with what do you call those, egg crates or the egg?
Yeah, the grates and all that
egg
stuff.
crate.
The egg grates.
Yeah, the egg grates on top,
Mhm.
and then all the bugs still go in there. So it's like
Yeah.
it's like a mini bioactive inside a like it container, and it works.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you could put plants through the egg crate too.
Yeah, and it works. And so, big topic. I think it's an ongoing one. I've definitely, this has been an ongoing thing since I've been in. Again, another thing to harp on. The hashtag do better.
Yep.
At the end of the day, bioactive keepers versus a rack keeper. Essentially, we keep the main goal is we take care of these geckos.
Yep.
We feed the geckos. We clean the geckos. I know Daniel touched on this too. I feed, I clean. We make sure everything is good for the reptile. So at the end of the day, versus
You work with what you got. I mean, like, a bioactive, you can kind of let it go. And, the idea is that it's its own little ecosystem and all that. But, I mean, you do got to do, like, a little bit of annual cleaning and stuff like that. So it's not as frequent. I mean, I've seen, like, some soggy, bioactives. And I'm like, I don't think it's supposed to be all soupy like that. Because that's, like, bacteria, mold, whatever that's growing in there.
Yeah, 100%, because like I do
Yep.
I do both. So we do have the tub system, the Lichens. I do have
Yeah.
bioactives for a good portion of my other animals as
Yeah.
well. And you gotta take care of the plants. Plants still
Yep.
get
Mhm.
trampled. Bugs get eaten. You gotta make sure you
Yep.
replenish those cleanup crews.
Yeah.
Make sure your drainage layer. Make sure there's not water in there, because it's not supposed to have standing water in there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The drainage layer is there for a reason, so you can make sure everything's right. Humidity levels as well. So there's a lot still to take care of with bioactive versus the tub system.
Yeah.
So Ryan, I guess you can take it away. Your versions of bio versus the tub system. What's your take on it?
Bio versus tub. So this is it's an ongoing subject. It's always been talked about. I've always done a lot of research about it when I got into the hobby, about what would work best for me and my situations and everything. And I would love to have bioactives for everyone, but it gets hard because it's like I have them in the room with me, like they're physically in my bedroom, because I don't have that many. I have maybe like around 20. But there's you gotta worry about the cleanup crews, gotta worry about the dirt, sphagnum moss. Like, there's so much things to worry about, so many factors. And being here in like Arizona, like I have to worry about it much more because things dry out so fast. So fast. Like I took the average humidity of my room and it's like 30%. So
Yeah.
like
That's like mine.
I miss like every day, or just about. And same thing, like I have to watch out for the water bowls. So like just things like that. And like I also have to worry about like if other insects or something else gets into that dirt or the bioactive. If I have like an outbreak or something, like I'm gonna have like a huge trouble on my hands. Like if I have like mites or something, like, or ants get in there, like that's a whole problem to have.
Yep.
So like a lot of my geckos are on paper towels, but some are getting converted to partial bio soon. I'm probably gonna do the egg crate thing, so they're not fully, but it's gonna be partial. And then the thing with like tubs too is just easier to clean. It's just much more time efficient, space efficient. It's easier to maintain. It keeps the humidity more stable because it's not everything else in the bioactive is taking up all the other resources.
Yep.
And then you get faster feeding routine. Just everything's easier and more simple. But again, that's what works best for me because of my situation. Some people may have more time on their hands or more help on their hands. So bioactives, it's easier for them. And, and once you get it right, it is like Daniel said, like your own self-sustaining ecosystem. But you do have to annually check it and stuff like that. And the thing is too, like with bioactives, like if you do a full build, right? Do a full custom build, and you decide one day, because I'm pretty sure we all get that way, we're just like, I want to change that build. You gotta scrape
100%.
it all off, break it all down, start over.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I can't imagine, because I've rearranged the gecko hut. I know you guys have witnessed me rearrange the gecko hut multiple times. I'll go on Discord Live and be like, hey guys, I'm messing around in here. I'm just gonna revamp everything and just tear it all about. 100% know what you're talking about there.
Oh yeah. And the thing is too, like tub, bioactive. If you have a tub the same size as a 12 by 12 by 18, what's the difference? A box is a box, right?
Yeah.
They're still in there.
They're still
as long as
they're still
contained. They're still contained. Yeah, they're still trapped in that little box. So like my main point is, as long as your geckos are healthy, happy, because you love them, they're just calm. That's what's important. Like this one. It's been on me for the past 30 minutes now? It hasn't moved. It crawled up there and just sat there.
50 minutes.
Well, the first 20 minutes it was on my hands, and then it decided to crawl up there.
So, Daniel, what you think? What's your thoughts?
Oh boy. Hmm.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Right. So, like, I have some bioactives, and I have obviously subsystems, and they're all kind of different. And I'm a scientist at heart, so trial and error, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, not a lot of error where it like harms animals and stuff like that. I usually 99% of the time I can catch something. I find it funny because a lot of my experiences come from like the fish world, fish tanks and everything, and you know people, I don't know if they don't really mention it or whatever, but when you deal with like water and creating micro like habitats or climates and all that stuff, there is always a chance of an ecosystem just crashing. Right? Like that's why like people, in the fish hobby, it's important to like have an aged tank, and to have it like properly cycled and stuff like that, and I feel like that's the same rules apply to like bioactives, right? It's a whole balancing act. And like these, like, I know you guys can't really see, but to my left and to my right, like at one point, I mean, like I've downsized, but like I have these like huge, like Costco, big sturdy racks, and I literally lined this with like, I think at one point I had like about 50 tanks.
Yeah.
50. Damn. Like, yeah, and most of them were like 2.5s, couple 5s or 5.5s, 10s, 20 longs, 20 highs, 40s. I have a 55 in the living room. And, trial and error again. So what I've learned is that, mistakes can happen. And, when you get excited and you want to jump into a thing, like whether it's fish or reptiles or whatever, you got to take your time. Don't be afraid of like the funk, because these tanks, I think I've lived in this house for about almost 5 years now. I literally top it off, and these tanks are like, they're not maybe like the nicest. Like, yeah, maybe I don't scrub off the algae, but that's on purpose, because that's all good for the fish.
Exactly.
Yeah, it helps with the nitrogen cycle. It keeps everything flowing. I have sponge filters. I don't have any hangback or canister filters in my tanks. They're all sponge filters. I run this. I actually unplugged it not so long ago, but I have this huge central air system connected to like this like makeshift PVC with like all these little valves. And all these valves are connected with airline tubings. And these filters just run. They collect beneficial bacteria, obviously feeding and pooping and all that, nitrates, nitrites, all that stuff. There's going to be spikes. Temperature can affect it, the rise and fall of things. And same thing literally applies to like these bioactives, right? There is always a chance that a system will crash, and and that would suck if you have a prized gecko or frog or whatever is living in those bioactives. If it crashes hard, and chances are, if you're not home and you don't catch it, you're gonna lose that animal. I've lost like a lot of fish, a lot of wild bettas, a lot of rare species, right?
Yeah.
But that's a part of the game, it's a part of like collecting and being in the hobby and all that stuff. Expect the worst, and you're gonna have to deal with the worst. And I think we need to like shed light on that a little bit more, and not bash on people. Maybe focus on education and stuff like that, and being open and being patient, and there's another word I was thinking of. anyways, but yeah, that's a part of like the whole hobby itself. You know, being that like teacher, being that sensei. You know,
being open to that constructive
Mhm.
criticism. You know,
yeah, because like everyone has a different thing set up. You know, different living conditions. You know,
you got to imagine that we are keeping these animals that need that specific, whether it's like, room temperature, the humidity,
yeah,
humidity. Every place is going to Missouri, 100 times different than Ryan over there in
Mhm.
Arizona
Mhm.
or Daniel in Vegas. That dry heat.
yeah.
We don't have
You know what's funny?
we don't have
Because
that.
like, and like, this sucks because like you can't see it. Well, maybe a little.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
42.
42.
40, yeah, 43, 42. That's my humidity.
Mhm.
And that's because everything's purposeful, right? So I have all my fish tanks.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
That
So it
slow
helps with the humidity.
evaporation,
Yep.
it's
Yep.
this natural humidity. It's not like the best humidity. So obviously I go in and spray my tubs or my acrylic cases over here, or I have a Repti Breeze that's like fully exposed, and like I have a misting system on that, especially because things dry out, and you kind of have
Mhm.
to gauge and play with things, and you just know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
And even if you don't know, you're gonna learn one
Oh
way
yeah.
or another. I
There's
feel
plenty of
like,
there's plenty of resources too. There's a lot of breeders out there. Whether you see them on Palm Street, online, ask your questions,
yeah,
vending,
Mhm.
expos, ask the ask the vendors.
Yep.
yeah,
The tools are always there. Um, Now, I've always looked at it, bios versus the rack system. At the end of the day, every care is the same. We are out there to take care of our geckos,
hmm
give them the best life possible. Um, I know, like I said, I've been here 7 years. I've seen it already. I still see it. The back and forth. Like I said, Marvel versus Capcom,
hmm
Marvel versus DC. However you want to say, Mortal Kombat. But it's just it's different. It's gonna be everyone's, again, their opinions, their how they want to keep it. The beautiful bioactives. By all means, it's beautiful. I love building a bioactive. Ash Noah. It's like my
They look so
yeah,
crazy.
They look like, I sit there sometimes and try to do like waterfalls. I built a beautiful waterfall system for my red eye croc skin. I went all out,
Damn.
put everything in there, made a waterfall, put the pipes
like a
in there.
Picasso or a Bob Ross.
Oh
Yup.
yeah, oh yeah.
Literally.
Trust me, it was
Mhm.
top notch. It
Yeah.
ran like a stream, dude.
Yeah.
It was wonderful until Jada left it open.
Oh
Mm.
boy.
That red eye croc skin gets somewhere in that basement. It's still alive. I know it's still alive. I have not seen a body yet. There are crickets down there, so there's plenty of food down there for that. I'm 100% positive that thing is still alive.
Yeah, that croc skink is not in a bin or a bioactive.
It's just
Free
free
roaming.
roaming.
That's a free roaming skink.
It
It probably has a
It doesn't get
camera on
better
there,
than
too.
that. I mean, it's close to like being in the natural, habitat.
And that's my thing too. That's one of the biggest thing. Like I always tell Shanoa, I'm always like thinking a step ahead and thinking about stuff, and my mind's always wandering, going 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
You have your pros and cons with bios versus the rack system. Obviously, everything we have pros and cons. But when you sit there, I've always heard it. The bioactives is what you need to do. You want them to live in their natural habitat, natural ecosystem, to have that natural thing for them to live the best life. And in a tub is just inhumane, which for all the people, and I'll get to that, it's not. You guys are doing it right. Don't let that mindset tear you down, especially for new breeders coming in the hobby.
Mhm.
When you see these big breeders with the Lycats, the drawers, the rack system, you tend to look up to them. You tend to look up and be like, oh man, I can do that. And so what do? You go get them tubs. You go build a rack system. You go do this.
Yeah.
You go do that. You're like, you see them do it. So then, obviously, that's what you're gonna do. And then you get the people that are like, oh, and they tear you down because it's in a Tupperware.
Mhm.
Yeah, but that's with like
Mhm.
with purpose, though. You know, like when you're a large scale breeder, you got to make use of like your space, right? You quickly run out of space. So like, how do you like, you know,
justify 7,000 12
Yeah.
by 12,
You know?
18 by 18?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
how do you
That's
utilize
a-
your space? You
that's a
know,
warehouse
rack
right
system,
there.
tub
That's a
system,
Yep.
shoebox.
Yep.
But here's the thing, like, put this into perspective, you know, kind of think about it, right? So
Yeah.
you got this gecko that's in a 12 by 12, 18 by 18 ecosystem, right? And you're tongue feeding. Well,
I wish
how
I
is
could
that
tongue
gonna help
feed.
the gecko? How's that?
I've
I'm
tried.
saying, the way my mind thinks is, if you're gonna tongue feed this gecko in its natural habitat, for me, I would like it to hunt its own food, to think
Mm-hmm.
it's out in
Yeah.
the wild. But if you're tongue
But it
feeding-
is kind of cool, though. You know,
I mean, yeah,
because
but
it's like,
if you take that same animal and release it to the wild, I mean, I know it's
Yeah.
not that, and it's used
It wouldn't
to
make
being,
it.
and it's used to being tongue fed. It's not going to survive in the wild.
yeah,
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? As well,
Yeah.
like versus now, if I had to, like, you know, this is all not even hypothetically. This is just imaginary because we're not going to do this 100%. You know, don't cancel me. I'm not going to take 2 geckos and throw them in the wild and see which survives. Ain't happening.
I mean, in
But-
Florida,
no,
they'll
yeah.
probably survive for sure.
That's Florida though. That's like the perfect conditions for that.
But I'm just saying, you got this gecko living its best life in a bioactive. You're tongue feeding it every day, and then you got my gecko in, let's say, a like it tub. I throw crickets in there. I give it some food. It goes. It does itself. It hunts food for itself.
Mhm.
And you take those 2 geckos and you throw it into it. This is just where my mind goes. You know, when someone tries to interject their opinions straight into my head, and I'm like, well, I think my gecko would probably win in a survival challenge, like Mr. Beast. Go survive on an island.
Yours are more rugged because they're neglected and all that. They got kicked out as soon as they dropped cresticles. You know, had to work at McDonald's or something.
That's just like I said, that's just how my mind works. Is like,
Yeah,
at the end of the day, you know, bioactive versus tub, they get the same care. They get clean. They get fed.
Mhm.
you know,
Yeah.
Make sure they're alive.
Yeah.
Breeders, you know, it's a little different. You know, there's hobbyists and there's breeders. You know, hobbyists, that's all you're gonna do is feed clean, right? Feed and clean. Make sure it's clean. Feed it. Make sure it's surviving, right?
Yeah.
Breeders is we got a little bit more on our plate, you know, because we're taking 2 geckos, putting it in the same tub because these are solitary animals, right? So we're taking 2 geckos and put them together, you know, breeding. Obviously, we got to make sure no fighting, no, you know, blood everywhere, you know, drop tails and stuff like that. Make sure they're cohabiting the way they should for breeding purposes, and then, you know, mark off and then do what you got to do next. Make sure their weights are up. If your gecko's pregnant, make sure calcium sacs are filled, right?
Mhm.
No
Mhm.
calcium crashes for females, you know. Make
Oh,
sure
yeah.
their weight's up because, you know, they got 2 eggs in them.
Yep.
Mhm.
No egg balance, you know, we're always checking, you know, we're always doing this, we're always doing that. There's a lot more care to it with breeders, you know, and stuff like that versus a hobbyist who just has a nice pretty tank and they feed them and clean, you know.
Mhm.
That's, in my opinion, more or less time than what we have to do. And then we're doing it for the fun of it, obviously, the breeding purposes, trying to breed what we like to see in geckos and stuff like that, and also provide for the community. Where do these people who have these nice bioactives, where do these people get these geckos from? From these big breeders
Mhm.
that have them in tubs.
Yeah.
So if you're buying a tub gecko and then putting it in a bioactive and then sitting there and say, "Oh, I don't like your tubs," why did you buy a gecko? You know, I'm just
See, I'm against that though. Like, I don't like the like, oh,
very
this way is the right way and this is the high. You know, if it's not
Exactly.
that,
This
it's
is
a
the only
highway.
way.
You know.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, like to each their own. Like, it's
Because
So
at the end of the
dramatized.
Crazy too.
At
'cause,
the end of
like,
the day, we're doing the
crazy.
same thing. Yeah. At the end of the day, we're doing the same thing.
yeah.
Feeding the gecko and taking care of it.
Everyone has their preferences.
Yep.
And then, like I said, like it's I've been on Palm Street for 2 years, selling. I've been on Palm Street since it started selling reptiles. I've seen this hobby grow and grow versus vending versus online sales. There's a big boom difference when I came in versus online sales between Morph Market, Palm Street, Facebook Marketplace, what else sites, Instagram sales, like you put it on, or websites. Back then when I started, vending, website drops, those were big. Those were like Walmart drops for Pokemon. Website drops. I remember there was a huge bunch of website drops, whether it was Altitude, Flawless, Robbie's, I think he used to do that. Or I think he still does the website drops too. There was a multitude of people dropping on websites, websites. And then I know when I started, it was YouTube auctions, and that was only a handful of people, and that was like AJD, Gabby, Morph Menagerie. They owed those two YouTube. That's where I was always at with the auctions and buying geckos. That's where I started, was YouTube auctions with them. And then they got offered the opportunity to start up Palm Street. And then, like I said, every year we're growing. More people are seeing us now in the reptile community. And what do you want them to see when they see the reptile community? We want to see positive versus negative. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I feel, is #do better, especially when I'm trying to advertise for the reptile community. I don't want them, if I'm gonna advertise, I don't want them to see the negative. It's there, but we don't have to showcase it. Because every hobby has its negativity. And,
every hobby.
Wow. So, like I said, it's just, at the end of the day, we all do the same thing. Whether it's bioactive or subsystem, we take care of our geckos.
You know who I want to blame? Google, Wikipedia, anything that's like somebody like way back in the 80s, 90s, whatever.
This all happened.
Yeah,
Google,
and then everyone to a certain extent played like the game of banana phone, and like by the time it got to you got this whole completely different version, right? Or an exaggerated version of like these opinions, or like just, I mean, they're not even like, it's, people act like it's the Bible, you know what I mean? And I don't understand that. And like, imagine having drama over fish. Like, imagine that.
I mean, there's drama over everything, though.
Yeah, I know, but like, we deal with like animals and stuff like that. We make fun of like geckos having one brain cell. Like, what does a fish have then? You know what I mean? Like, there's so much like it's rinse and repeat like that I've seen. I was told that I was doing it wrong, and I was doing this and that. Like, obviously with fish tanks, you don't have bioactives and all that stuff. You just have ginormous fish tanks for like 2 itty bitty fish, or one actually, because it's a betta, so it has to be solitary and it can't be with anything else, right? And that used to be, I mean, people still keep bettas in like little fish bowls or like vases, and and that's like
the little
and that it sucks, but it is what it is, right? And like with my group, dude, it took me like I don't even know how long I've been in that Facebook group. It took us a long time, and that's like specifically within the US, like US members, and it's like the largest on Facebook, Wild Betta Fish USA, whatever. And it took a while to like educate and be open and accepting and, just appreciative of like people's, like that used to be like the biggest thing. Like we went through a period of time where there was a lot of judging and like a lot of like negativity. And when I got involved and several other people that, now we're like the head, whatever, moderators or whatever, like, we're at a place where now it's like we can't wait to see people's setups or like or answer questions or be like, how can I make this better, and I feel like that's what's lacking within like specifically the gecko world, right? The reptile world. There's a lot of frowning on and judging and hate and shit talking, to be honest, and it sucks because it takes away from the hobby, it takes away the fun, it takes the away from the animal itself, the love for the animal, the care, right? I was told that I couldn't possibly leave a pair, a male and a female, within a tank and hope that they're going to breed and raise fry and everything like that, right? And I'm the reason why that I have all these wild bettas that I've successfully documented and bred, and some of them are like the first, like in the US. And I didn't know what I was doing. I'm like, I got these 2.5s. These fish aren't that big. My thought process was like, if you stick them in a ginormous tank, the chances of the male finding the female and vice versa, and then them spawning and making babies and all that, not going to be, the chances aren't going to be very likely, right? And you can say that about the in the wild and blah blah blah, and they've been doing that. Well, in the wild, they're literally in like pools of water. Some of them are like little narrow creeks or river, and it's not like these wild bettas are like flourishing. They're not. They're actually, some of them are getting wiped out from construction and plantations and all that stuff. There's been documentation of like where we think that there's certain species that are just gone, or we just can't find them anymore, right? And part of being in the US and having the opportunity to have these like wild bettas, we were essentially saving some of these species without anyone really telling us that, hey, this is what you're going to do, right?
Yeah.
So I unknowingly did that for a lot of species, with all the criticism and all the hate and all that stuff. And then I'm like, oh, look, guys, I just took like one of the rarest species. Ta-da, I have babies. Who wants babies? I'll share it. I'll sell it.
Yeah,
like,
who wants babies?
Just pay for shipping. Like I literally was like doing that.
Let's go.
And I still do that. I literally, like, I have pairs who have literally been together, and all the Facebook warriors are going to say, you can't do that. They're going to kill each other. I have pairs. They live in these tanks with plants, sponge filter, little like hidey places, clay pots. Granted, I haven't really focused on them to like really curate their their place to where you can encourage spawning. Usually when you do like a water change and all that, or play with the temperatures and all that stuff. But
I know, like so I used to do with some fishes too, like with some plants encourage that too.
Yeah, no, definitely. Introducing tannins and stuff like that. It's funny because like in bioactives and all that stuff, it's like it's almost one and the same. Like, we use leaf litter. We use leaf litter in the tanks. The fry, they eat all the microorganisms. Bioactives, what we call that, microfauna or whatever, and everything else that's like crawling around. It's literally the same. Detritus, it's all the same, just different. Same, but different, right?
It's like your little shrimp as your cleanup crew.
Yeah, so it's like, well, I just don't understand all this like drama that goes on with like these groups. It's like, it's dumb. At the end of the day, it's like, it's literally all dumb. Like, what you say and all your hate and all that stuff should not affect you. I mean, if it does, then that sucks. And I hope people can recognize that and call out that person. Tell them to like chill, right?
Yeah.
And go to the person that's hurt, or who's ready to walk out of like a hobby or like something that they've spent time, money, and effort and all that, right? That we shouldn't have that, but it's happening. It's happening all over.
Definitely, we need to be open-minded. 100% need to be open-minded about everything we do. because, like I said, everyone is in it for the same goal, same reason. Whether we're breeding for that, chasing that new morph, or
Yep.
doing whatever we're doing, everybody's doing the same thing. Whether honing in on projects, certain things like that. Um, the main goal here, guys, is everything is our opinions. This is just how we feel about ongoing topics in the hobby, ongoing things that we see. It's not the end all or be all. I'm not telling you guys not to do bioactives or not to do tubs. It's however you want to view it, however you want to do it. It's your choice. You
Whatever
have
works
that.
best for you.
Yep, you have that choice. Um, my main goal is you make that choice, and you don't have to worry about backlash or anything like that. Because if you choose bioactive, 100%, that is good. That is fine. You choose to do breeding, go down that breeding route. Ooh, I want to breed geckos. I want to sell geckos. Whatever you want to do, you want to make money. That's your business. If you can make it work, make it work. That's your choice, and I will stand by it. Tub system is great. Take care of the animals like you're supposed to. Proper husbandry. Whether you have foliage, paper towels, craft paper, mulch, anything like that. Everything is fine. You guys, I see it on Palm Street. I see all these new people rolling on in. Like I said, I've been there for Palm Street when reptiles first came in. 5 breeders were on Palm Street selling reptiles. Now I can't even count. I don't even know half the people that are coming in now. I don't. I see new people every day, and I go in their lives, and I'm like, hey, what's up? And everyone's like, hey, whatever. But I see new people every day, and 8 times out of 10, it's a tub. We're in a tub breeders, a tub breeder. And guess what? You're doing it right. You know what I'm saying? It's fine. It's okay to do that. And don't be discouraged. Like I said, I just, we got to keep open minds. Everyone has their opinion. Everyone here has their opinion. I have my opinions. I might not like what Daniel does sometimes, so I yell at him. Just kidding. Daniel's thinking in his head because I always pick on him. He's like, why me? Why me? I think of Daniel as like my little brother, so I always gotta pick on him. I always pick on him, but like we all do it different, and it's okay to do it different.
Yeah.
If we were all the same, it would be a boring world. If we were all the same,
I do think there should be like a thing, or at least like maybe the bigger breeders or somewhere in between, like people that are like kind of already in it and that are that are open to like sharing their experiences and what they've learned along the way, and explain to like a new person or someone who's just starting out, or maybe a person that's been in it. Same thing with the fish world. We're always looking for something that's bigger and better and more simple and makes our lives easier, so that we can still enjoy the animals, still enjoy staring at them or whatever, and taking care of them and seeing them produce life. But also, we want to spend time with their loved ones and friends, right? So it's literally the same. So I wish that we're like, people out there can be a little bit more open and say like, these are the, like, we talked about in the beginning of the show, like the pros and cons and stuff like that. Like,
oh yeah,
the bin system, who is it for? What is the purpose? What, all that stuff. And then just leave it open-ended and be like, you choose, pick your style. I plan on, some of these, I definitely don't have 50 tanks filled with fish anymore, but a lot of these tanks, I'm going to make them vertical, and my plan is to do like bioactives or something in that style. I don't know yet until I like start tinkering, but I'm going to have a little bit of everything, and like and maybe it's gonna look, chaotic and unorganized or whatever, but like, we're all trying to learn. We're all trying to like find something better.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing wrong with that,
Exactly. Or you could do
Yeah.
both. I mean,
Yeah, I'm trying to do it all.
like
Try to do
people,
that. Yeah.
I'm drilling holes in like things, and some things I'm like, oh, I don't have to,
'cause
mess
I think
with anything. That's pretty
I-
nice.
Yeah, because I think it's funny because like people, I don't really show our facility. Nobody
Yeah.
really has seen like the gecko hut.
Yeah, I know you definitely try to put that off whenever Nicole asks. And it, like,
Yeah, every time she says, I was like, yeah, there's
it breaks her heart.
right
Or
there.
when you do show, I'm like, "Where's Nicole?" she's sleeping or whatever. I'm like, "Damn."
You guys rarely see the gecko hut. Not too many people have seen it. I don't advertise the gecko hut. Obviously, you can see back here. I don't do that. So like, how would you know what I do? You know what I'm saying? But I do. Like I said, I tell people. Everyone always asks, how do you keep your animals? I have my like-it tubs. I have my my shoe box, not the shoe boxes, but like the 6 quarts, the shoe box 6 quarts, not the Amazon ones. Because I tried the Amazon ones, I didn't like it. It wasn't for me, so I ex-nayed it. But people love it. And, like here's a perfect example. I don't like it. Daniel has them all back there.
Yep.
And it's perfectly fine because if he can make it work, and he can make it work as he does it.
I've had to make it work.
It's because it's in the background.
It works.
I've had to make it work. It's funny because like, people are like, oh, PVCs and acrylics and all that. Well, guess what? Those motherfuckers leak. If you overspray, they leak. You have to like seal them with like, caulk and gun and all that stuff,
Or they
right?
warp. Or they warp.
Or that they bow, the back will pop out and your gecko just like, walks right out. I don't know. Like,
And then,
nothing's perfect. And like,
Yep.
I hate when people say like, they try to say like, this is the best. This is the best way. If you're not doing this, you're wrong. You're doing it wrong. You're a horrible person.
And
Get
then
out of the
it's like-
hobby. Like, it's so stupid.
Oh,
God.
He's getting heated. So like I said, like you guys don't necessarily see the hut. I don't advertise the hut. So what you guys don't know, like when people ask, how I keep it, I got the like-its, I got the 6 quarts, I got some accessory bins for hatchlings, and the other half is bioactives. Because if you go reach out to our TikToks, AAA Jack, our YouTube videos, you'll actually see build videos on our TikToks and our YouTube of me building bioactive tanks for our geckos, our animals. And I do have a nice, like I said, I built a waterfall for my red-eye croc skink. I mean, it's still there, but no red-eye croc skink. But I still got my waterfall bioactive. There's plants, there's bugs in there,
Dude, I'm waiting for the next step. Like, if your house isn't dedicated to be one big bioactive, you're wrong.
But again, that works in my favor because
It's gonna happen.
I have a 2-car garage. I have a 2-car garage that's detached, and I've modified it. I literally, I wanted to, make AAA Jack a household name. Breed the geckos, sell the geckos, have fun with it, do the podcast, do the Palm Street, all the things. So what I had a vision. I gutted out the 2-car garage, epoxy the floor. We redid some of the walls in here. We got the mini splits in here. We got humidifiers, and I made this whole 2-car garage into a gecko hut, to where I can take care of humidity levels, AC, heat when the winter rolls in. I've made it to a solid function.
It's basically its own ecosystem. You're just missing you just gotta sprinkle some dirt on the floor.
And just have all of the geckos out.
And some Leca balls. Some Leca balls and
she's got all the plants in here. We got monsteras.
Yeah.
Monsteras.
Yeah. You have all the fruit flies and the gnats already, that's all.
Yep.
We got the pothos hanging from ceilings.
Occasional crickets roaming.
We're slowly, evolving the gecko hut every day, and it's just sometimes you just don't see behind the scenes because that's just I don't advertise my hobby.
Yeah.
Not that I gatekeep or anything. Trust me, I put things out. Well, never mind. You guys always talk about Pop-Tart boxes, and I'm hiding shit in the.
That was me, dude. I literally like I think the first live, I was like, oh, AJ's hiding in the freaking Pop-Tarts.
And then so that's how the Pop-Tart
in the pantry.
In the pantry, under the bed, blah blah.
Everyone, they always say I'm hiding stuff because I'll show a gecko and they'll be like, "Where was this one?" And then I rebuttal with, "What are you talking about? I showed this 2 weeks ago." But, whatever.
And that's okay. You don't owe anybody anything. You know what I mean? Fucking these Facebook, Instagram like police, call PETA or whatever it's called. FEMA? PETA? I don't know. Animal control?
Just ignore it.
Animal control.
Dude.
Oh man. So at the end of the day, at the end of the day, guys, we are all doing it right, until we're not.
But it can be better. It can always be better, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's gonna be my new motto is #do better. So with anything, you guys can always reach out. Like I said, this is all opinion based. It's nothing set in stone. The all be all. It's just 3 gecko hobbyists, breeders, working with the geckos, and this is just how we feel. And we would just like to let you guys know that it's okay. Being a smaller breeder. I don't classify myself one bit as a big breeder. I feel like nobody knows me unless you watch Palm Street. And even if that, I'll roll with 20 views. It's fine. But like I said, it's just day to day what we go through, how we see it, our opinions. I feel like everyone should voice their opinion and not be afraid of them because of the backlash or anything like that. But do it respectively. We're not here bashing anybody in particularly. It's the gecko hobby. Everyone
besides each other.
Yeah. I get made fun all the time. It's fine. But it's just like, it's fine. It's just what we do in the hobby. Whether it be a big breeder, small breeder, we can learn from each other. Whether you're a big breeder. A big breeder can still learn from a smaller breeder. More tips, more tricks, maybe a better way to do things. You never know. I always harp on it all the time. I'm willing to learn more stuff. Open to anything. Have fun. Guys. At the end of the day, have fun with this. It's good. Let's have fun. Let's make something new. Let's have fun with it. And I can't stress that enough. Let's just be nice to one another. I mean, we're all adults. At the end of the day, I would like to think we're all adults. At least I am.
Ignore the noise.
Ignore the noise. I have 4 kids, and I try to be the best role model that I can with these 4 kids. And I know Daniel, he's got 2 kids of his own. Breezy, 1 in the oven,
One in the oven.
What?
Let me not put that out there yet. Let me wait. Wait. Nah, there's 1 in the oven.
No.
I'm gonna be a Tito again, guys. But
oh my
I
god!
try to do good by the kids. Try to raise them right on how everyone should be treated and stuff like that. So great, wholesome families all around here, and we just try to have some fun with this. Went a little bit over the mark, but it's okay. Be a good
just a little
topic.
bit.
This was a good one. This was a good hot
it was
topic,
a good one.
To touch on, and this is what we're gonna do. Touch on more stuff, explain our version or how we feel about what's going on in the hobby.
It's just an opinion.
Exactly. And
Yep.
look forward to some interviews where we interview people and ask them what they think.
Yeah. Get their take.
Get their takes on everything. Not like, your traditional puff piece. Oh, you guys got some great stuff and stuff like that. I mean, by all means, we're going to bring these people on. We're going to hype them up a little bit, but At the end of the day, we're all here together, talking and hanging out,
Hmm.
crack some jokes, and just have fun with it. Like, just we're gonna sit here and talk like a normal, not even like your traditional podcast where we're gonna sit you down and interview you and go through the motions. No, we're gonna take you in here, and I might roast you on here. I might make fun of you. We're gonna poke fun. We're gonna ask some questions, and we're just gonna roll with it and do how we do. Um, you guys, would you like to see? Who would you guys like to see? Drop them in
Yeah,
the comments.
put it in the comments. Yeah.
Put it in the comments. Who would you like these 3 random Asians interview and talk to? And you guys know our vibe. You guys have been with SNL. You guys are in the Discord. For you guys new people who are like, man, these guys are idiots, but I like it. Who do you want us? Pop in the comments. You can even tell us what the next topic we can make or talk about. Drop it in the comments. Interview people. We'll do it all. It don't matter to us any. Let's see. We hit all that, and yeah. So that's pretty much all I got for episode number 2 in the books, with many more to come. Any ending comments for you guys? Late plugs? You want to promote anything? Yeah, promote it now, I guess.
Target drop.
Target drop.
What? It's tonight.
So we're promoting Target. Okay. I asked.
We're not sponsored.
I asked. I got
Daniel's thinking about Pokemon right now.
Okay.
Daniel wants that Prizzy SPC.
Then I'm locked in. All right.
He wants that SPC.
I mean, I asked.
I already put in an auto buy. I set up 2.
2.
And I'm scared, but I'm gonna hit it. Because it's a lot of money.
What'd you put your auto buy at?
Target.
I'm gonna get it.
Okay. So we're advertising.
Just know I'm gonna get it. One way or another.
Target, if you would like to sponsor us. Daniel is advertising the Target Pokemon drops.
Yep.
Every Wednesday, or was it Thursday? Every Thursday night. The Target drops.
Thursday night.
So if you guys are up for it, it's starting in like 2 minutes, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. Who's paying attention to that? No, but I wanted to say.
By the time they see it, it's gone already. My bad.
I did want to say that we have a lot of things coming down the pipeline. A lot of ideas. Obviously, they'll come and go as we please. We're gonna try and get the community involved, Discord, first and foremost, and then try to slowly integrate, people of the Palm Street and all across the other platforms, right? And just further expand on this family, right? We're gonna have games. We're gonna talk about literally anything and everything. We can sit here and vent. We can sit here and cry. We can laugh. Everything.
He's a crier.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's what I want. I just want it. This is a family thing. That's how it should be.
Yeah.
So,
100%.
yeah. Let us know what you guys want to see. Who do you think should be in line that we can bring onto the show? I already have like a list in my head, and they're gonna do it without because you guys forced me.
We gotta bring
I tried delaying. I tried delaying. I tried postponing, but we gotta sprinkle it a little. We gotta give them.
We gotta give them an idea to do a podcast.
I know it was.
This is your idea.
I kind of was, but
I think what it was your idea, but I
just didn't want to be involved.
No, you didn't think I would say yes, is what it is.
Or that, yeah.
Yeah, and I was just like, you know what? I do it on Palm Street every week, all the time, every day. You know what? I might as well. I'm always talking on the camera anyway. Might as well just do a podcast. And guys, I shit you not. Before the first episode, it was hard to record the first episode. I shit you not. We set a date. You know, it was a Sunday.
That day got pushed 4 times.
Then it got pushed to like Tuesday. Daniel's like, no, I can't do it. I'm like, all right. You know, and then
Hey, everything happens for a reason. We got to this point for a reason.
Tuesday came along. Daniel's like, like an hour before. Man, nationwide, fucking internet went down. I don't know.
No, it was just Vegas on the South Quadrant.
The whole West Coast grid
area.
Went off. It was like the whole West grid went off. West Coast grid went off.
Skynet went down.
I was like, what? And then I shit you guys. So he said his internet was down, right? And then I shit you not. 20 minutes later, he's on Overwatch with me playing online. What? I didn't say anything. I just sat there and just, yeah, he's playing with me, guys. So literally next morning, Wednesday morning, I was like, Daniel said, well, they asked me because I went live, I think.
Oh my god!
Like, did y'all record your episode? I was like, no. Daniel said his internet was out. And
first of all, that was me trying to test the internet, and second of all, I stopped playing because the internet wasn't solid. Like, it was glitchy, FPS, like everything. The ping was through the roof. It was bad. So
and it's okay. Fine. It's fine. So I was like, you know what? Let's Wednesday night. Let's record Wednesday night.
Oh my god.
We're good. We're ready. I'm sitting here. I got everything booted up. You know, I got everything lined out. And then Daniel's like, okay, BRB. I'll be right back. Bro didn't come back for like 2 hours. And I was just like, man, I'm tired. I'm not doing anything tonight.
All right.
You know, because I'm Central Time. He's Western, so there's a 2-hour difference.
That's not my fault. You didn't move.
You didn't move. The dude comes back at like 1 o'clock in the morning, so it's like
it's not my fault, right?
It's like 3 o'clock in the morning for me, and I'm just like, bro, I'm going to bed. Well, I'm not going to bed, but I'm too tired to But then we got pushed to Thursday. Now I have to hand it to Daniel. Thursday night wasn't his fault.
It was mine.
Dude, I was ready Tuesday.
I was burnt.
Daniel was locked in. He was.
I was ready for Tuesday, and then the grid fell on Wednesday, and then Thursday. Yeah,
we were locked in Thursday. I think I did something. And then I came off, and I think we were on Chiefs Discord pricing cards, and then Breezy was in there, and I was like, all right, let's put the bat signal up. Let's head over to my Discord, and we all went over. Breezy went over, but I shit you not, that was the last I seen Breezy.
Dude, and you're missing the fact that you had Netflix and chill. All right, so
yeah, but we accounted for that, and I gave you.
No, you were gone the whole day, the whole night,
the whole night.
Dude,
I'm sure that was after we filmed the first episode.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
And then we finally got it, and this is right before the Black Parade. Friday night.
We got it right before.
We got it right before, and then these two numbskulls, they went to sleep. Okay, they went to bed. And I'm the one hosting the Black Parade all day event. I gotta get up 8 o'clock in the morning. You know, start the Black Parade, get it.
That's not our fault. You should have went to bed early.
I couldn't. I had to transfer the episode. Luckily, it's raw, unedited, so I didn't have to.
Plus the Target drop. We stayed up for that shit.
Oh yeah, we did stay up for the Target drop.
Yeah, you guys stayed up. I just KO'd.
I had to edit the video.
Yeah, Razy was snoring.
Well, I had work that next day on Saturday.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah, so I had to put like the intros, the outros in there, and then I got it downloaded onto YouTube. I made thumbnails, and then I got some of the commercial slides or shorts cut out and pieced, and then I don't know. I think I got like 2 hours of sleep that night, and then woke up for the Black Parade and hit it hard with that one. But
yeah, that's crazy.
But we got him.
Wild.
We got Daniel.
I don't think I could like function. Like I was already non-functional that day. The very next day.
Oh yeah,
I was. Yeah.
There's this ongoing thing that I'm a vampire of some sorts because I don't sleep.
You're part vampire.
But yeah, but in the day I'm up too. So.
Or undiagnosed ADD or ADHD.
Not really. I'm just a busy guy. It's hard.
Not really.
It's hard working 2 jobs, man. You know, I have a long walk to the gecko hut. Dude, gets crazy sometimes. I have to walk to work every day, guys.
That's a lot of steps, huh?
I guess we squirreled long enough. We're about to hit 2-hour mark on here.
Oh shit.
Squirrel. But yeah,
Anywho,
late night shenanigans. Episode 2 in the books. Comments in the comments. Let's get 100 views, likes, shares, subscribe. Drop comments in there, and if you guys don't have anything else, call it a day, call it a night, call it a week. See you next week.
call it a
Well, the
night.
week's not over yet. It's Friday tomorrow.
Yep.
Technically, it's
See,
Friday.
AJ doesn't even know. All of his days and nights and mornings, it's just all.
It's Friday for
fused.
you. It's still
Friday.
it's still Thursday for us.
It is still 11. Yeah, it's like- it is. But we appreciate you guys. Taking the time, an hour and 40 minutes. If you stuck for an hour and 40 minutes
Dude.
of our dumbass,
Dude. Oh
I
my
applaud
god.
you. I applaud you. I hope we made you laugh. I hope we gave you some good information. Well, I hope we gave you some information. I don't want to say good information, but
Dude, this is gonna take forever to upload.
it's not like you have to upload it. I gotta upload it.
Yeah, but you know.
Just said it. Just click upload it and just walk away.
Yeah, but I gotta wait.
Just go do gecko chores. Go do something else.
It was the first episode. I want to make sure nothing, everything went off without a hitch, and it did.
Oh my god.
It played right when I wanted it to play on Saturday, and it worked out. So,
Oh yeah.
Dude.
it's kind of like when you have your first baby. You coddle it. You watch out for it. Oh my gosh, every step. Oh, don't do
Yeah.
that. Don't
And
do
you
this.
also
Don't
let the
it do that.
baby go to sleep.
And then you have the second
Yeah.
child. And then you have the second child, and then that second child does the same thing the first child did, and you just look at it and be like, whatever. You'll live.
Mm-hmm.
100%. I tell you this 100%.
Yeah.
Annabelle, our firstborn, it's like a precious gold statue. Or something.
Yeah.
Like,
You put her in a bioactive, didn't you?
yeah. Make sure nothing happens to her, you know what I'm saying? Like, just,
And then the rest, you go in a shoebox bin. You go in a PVC. You go in a like it. Okay, we need to end this. We need to end this. Oh look, Target.
Oh, shit.
Guys, whatever. Like, share, subscribe, drop in the comments what you want.
Hit the bell. That's
Yep.
it.
Hit the bells. Yep. Hit the
Bell.
bells.
Hit all the bells. Smash it.
Hit all of them.
Smash it. Comment on there what you want to see next. Like I said, we're just gonna have fun with this. So, as always, make sure you guys I'll tell you guys like I do my kids, make smart decisions when you're out there.
Mm-hmm.
Hashtag do better.
Hashtag
make
do
that-
better.
We're gonna make that a thing. That's gonna be my new
Mhm.
shit right there.
Oh yeah.
So like always, guys, thank you for hanging out with us. Peace.
Peace.